Welcome to the podcast series made by your local grocery store. During COVID-19, this series will take a little turn while we explore the world of local businesses around us. I'll be your host and guide, Tegan. Welcome to For the Love of Local. Oh my gosh, you guys. So right here, right now, I'm going to get in depth on how we built our team. I have to say, the current team that we have here right now is above and beyond my belief. They're just a group of really great people who we really believe in, and they believe in us. And that is super special to have that combination. And we are so thankful and blessed that we have this awesome group of people who believe in us enough to help us build our business and serve our customers. So that group didn't happen overnight. It took us roughly 4 years and a pandemic later to build that group. But that's okay. We're a team now. So how we built our current team, the biggest thing was that we knew what we wanted and we knew what we didn't want. So we needed positive energy, teamwork, experience, and knowledge in the industry. We wanted a willingness to learn and a willingness to lead. Because all of those things, including the willingness to learn and the willingness to lead, will help the rest of our team members learn that. So we work with a lot of different age groups and a lot of different abilities here. And when you are 14 and starting your first job, having someone who is 21, relatable, and can talk you through what you need to know is important. But having someone who's 45 and been in the industry their entire lives is just as important. So we really have this diverse group of team members now, and it's beautiful. And then the last thing that we really wanted was people who were progressive to our cause. Our cause is always serving our customers the best we possibly can. And that means doing all of these things, getting on our social media platforms, being available to talk to customers all the time, making sure that our customers feel needed and wanted, and they are needed and wanted. We wouldn't make it without them. So having that group of people who knew what our dream looked like and being able to share that with them and having them help us build it. Oh my gosh, that's quite the feeling. So building this team meant some changes in our leadership as well. I think when you first take over a business, you really want to do it all. I think you want to, just do all the things. You want to talk to your customers, and you want to look at your numbers, and you want to understand your marketing, and you want to, for us, be downstairs in the departments and helping out and helping with orders and doing just all the things. And I'm sure this is true in so many other industries, but in our industry, when you look from the outside in, you don't see all the tiny little details that go on behind the scenes. So we really needed to start building a team around what our customers needed and around what we really wanted to do. My favorite thing is to be on the floor with the customers, and I love doing the social media marketing, and I love doing this stuff. I love podcasts and interview series, and I think it's something that this industry doesn't really have a good hold on yet, so I'm really hoping to kind of forge the way for that. And I knew I wanted to be able to do those things. But to be able to do all of the fun things that I enjoy doing about this business, we had to walk through the hard times first. We had to walk through the full season of being here day and night. Because we had a staff here with questions during the day, but we didn't have a night manager. We had to walk through being here every single day for Lord knows how many days. We had to walk through the hard times with refrigeration, which is, an industry standard at this point. We had to walk through not having anybody available to even hire. Because let's face it, we are in a town of 3,500 people. Lodi is small, and we are competing directly with Madison, which is a much bigger city. So we had to figure out how we could build this team. So I think changes in our leadership included holding others accountable, because when we don't do that, it doesn't benefit Bryce or me. It doesn't benefit us in the fact that we will end up doing the work. And then it takes away from what we really need to be focused on, which is our customers. So holding others accountable was huge for us. Sitting people down and letting them know that we're not here in this office to criticize. We're here to grow. And when we're holding others accountable, it's helping everyone. It's not wasting their time thinking they're doing something perfect or correctly when it's not. So I think that was a big eye-opener for us, and just really starting to hold people accountable when it needed to happen. Letting go what didn't serve us. There have been people that were with us. For those of you who don't know, I grew up in this industry. My parents owned the store in Lodi before I did, and they owned 4 stores. Bryce's family, his grandma and grandpa, owned a store up in Phillips. So this grocery industry is deeply embedded in our veins. And it is, you build a family. When you build a team, you're a family. And so growing up, I grew up with these people who were here. And I grew up with that team. And it was very difficult at first to let go of what didn't serve us, which in this case means people. But I tell you what, letting go of those people did 2 things. A, it created some of the hardest times we've seen. And B, it served those people. Because they were not happy here. They had potential other places. And for them to be here and unhappy didn't make sense anymore. And we knew what we wanted. Going back to that, we knew we wanted progressive energy. We knew we wanted experience and knowledge, which they all had. We knew we wanted a willingness to learn. That was huge for us because we're still learning, right? So we want to keep learning, and we want to keep growing, and we want to be competitive, and we want to do all the things. But in order for us to do that, our team has to believe in what we believe. So even though it was really hard, we had to let go of what didn't serve us. Putting others' needs and wants before our own. I mean, if that's not leadership, I don't know what is. And you hear it, and it sinks in, but then when you have to do it and you have to make those hard choices, it is hard. There is a lot of times where we didn't have family time. And you know that going into buying a business, that going into small business. Friends didn't exist for a little bit. Thank God they're still there for me. They're wonderful people, and I miss them dearly. But because I was trying to serve others' needs before my own, which isn't always a season, right? Like there is a season to not do that, but there is a season where you have to serve others' needs before your own. So in that season, to build that team, we had to serve others' needs before our own. And we still believe in that. We still do that. But it is something that we had to learn. We had to learn to say no when we needed to. We had to take that season of putting others' needs and wants above our own, and we had to say no. Not everybody likes hearing that. But again, saying no wasn't about us. It was about the greater good. It was about the big picture. It was about our customers. And sometimes no is hard to hear. I don't like hearing no. But sometimes when it's a no, it's for a good reason and something better comes out of it. So that's why in leadership, learning to hear no was important too. We had to hear no quite often. We had to hear no when it came to financing for a while for the store. We had to hear no when it came to staff. We had to hear no when it came to customers. And so you obviously do what you can to avoid hearing no as much as possible. I think that's just human. But sometimes when you hear no, when one door closes, another one opens, right? So sometimes when you hear no, it's because you need to. And when we got right down to it, the first and foremost thing we were looking for in our team members and our management was serving our customers. We wanted just so badly to reach our entire community and bring them in and have this amazing shopping experience that they could just look forward to every time they came in. We wanted everyone to be a satisfied customers, and we still strive for that. That still isn't the case, but we're working for it. We're working on it. Our team is working on it, which is fantastic. So when it came down to it, finding this team came in the form we least expected it to. We hired one person that would change the trajectory of our team. This one person came with the same experience that we did. She grew up in the grocery industry. And she knew what we were looking for. And we are so blessed to have her because she gave us a couple names. Just started with a couple names, a couple numbers. We reached out and we called around, and it's scary to make a jump like that. But that is the season we were in. That was pre-COVID, pre-pandemic. And I say that because during the pandemic, a lot of people lost their jobs, or a lot of people were off work, or a lot of people had other plans. So once the pandemic hit, it opened up another door for us. But before that door was open, it took us 3 years, almost 4 years, to have a full staff and to have a good, strong management team. And the majority of that team came from one person. So when you sit down and you listen, and you know what that one staff member, so she had so much faith in us, which is just, I'm so thankful that she had that much faith in us to refer people to come and work here. And then they did. And they do. I mean, it's crazy. It blows my mind. So when we were building a team, we just had to keep pushing through, and we had to remember our core values: positive energy, teamwork, knowledge, willingness to learn, willingness to leave, and progressive to our cause. I tell you what, the knowledge that we have on this team now is more than I could ever hope for. All of the years in this industry, I mean, we've got 2 people here now that grew up in the industry just like Bryce and I did, and Tanya, because obviously my sister grew up in the industry too. So we've got the 3 of us and we've got 2 managers that grew up in the industry, and we've got 2 more that have been doing this like forever. So when it comes to building a good team, we have a long way to go because we are working with young people who this is their first job. They're 14, they're 15, they're 16, they're 19, and they're learning. But in that, man, we have this awesome team of managers with a willingness to learn and a willingness to lead. And that is what I think is the most important for our team. So, have you built a team? Are you building a team? What are your struggles? Man, we had our fair share. There were so many. I'd love to hear you guys and your struggles and your accomplishments and what you learned growing your team. If you'd like to leave a comment and make sure you give us a rating here, we would love to get 5 stars, but we're happy with whatever feedback you give us because it always helps us grow. So thank you for joining us on this episode of For the Love of Local. I'm your host and guide, Tegan. We'll see you later.